welcome everybody. I do have a special presentation for you. How many of you think it's important to have a good, strong immune system? Yeah, right? We know that now. And I am going to give you many tips on what you can do to strengthen your immune system. And I want to tell you, you're totally in charge. So you're going to like this presentation, and it's all about supporting the immune system. But what I want to talk about first, for those of you that don't know who we are, Sanoviv Medical Institute was a vision of Dr. Wett's. This is a hospital where we do all kinds of healing therapies, and it's beautiful. Those of you who know there, it doesn't feel like a hospital, it feels like a spa. And Dr. Wett said, through my design, Sanoviv would be the most toxin-free environment technologically possible in order to encourage the natural healing abilities of the body. Do you guys believe that the body can heal itself?
Yeah.
Right, it can, as long as we give it all the right things, everything that it needs. So I want to take you on a brief tour of our facility for those of you that have not been to Sanoviv. This is what it's about.
Sanoviv Medical Institute, a state-of-the-art, fully licensed and accredited medical facility. With its beautiful spa-like atmosphere, it's easy to forget that Sanoviv is home to some of the most advanced and unique medical treatments anywhere. Patients suffering from chronic and degenerative diseases travel here from all over the world to find new hope and healing. The road to better health begins even before your arrival. A free phone consultation with one of our medical doctors will help you determine which of our individualized treatment programs will work best for you. What makes Sanoviv stand out is our multidisciplinary approach called integrative medicine. Here, you will be assigned an expert team of certified health professionals, including a medical doctor, nutritionist, chiropractor, biological dentist, psychologist, and more. All of them dedicated to helping you achieve a higher state of health. They will listen to you and create the high-quality, personalized patient-doctor relationship you have longed for. Every day, the entire medical team meets to discuss your case and your customized treatment plan, which focuses on the underlying cause of your illness, not just your symptoms. Our integrative physical is one of the most comprehensive diagnostic programs offered anywhere in the world. It is designed to detect and predict disease before the onset of symptoms, as well as diagnose even the most perplexing medical cases. Neurological conditions, autoimmune diseases, heart disease, digestive disorders, diabetes, Lyme disease, and cancer are just a few of the illnesses we commonly treat. Our vast array of advanced medical technologies are combined with holistic, detoxifying, and rejuvenating therapies, all under one roof. This integrative and synergistic approach optimizes healing and can provide solutions where conventional medicine alone may have little to offer. For example, our Lyme disease program helps patients to reduce or eliminate the symptoms of chronic Lyme disease by targeting the infection from multiple angles, using treatments such as extended hyperthermia, bioenergetics, hyperbaric oxygen, and more. And as a world-class cancer treatment center, Sanoviv cares for patients with many forms of cancer, using proven therapies from around the world. Such therapies include IV immunotherapy, tumor vaccines, regional hyperthermia, ozone therapy, and much more. These advanced methods target cancer at the source, the cancer stem cells, working to improve quality and length of life by slowing or stopping the progression of the disease. Education is another big part of what we do at Sanoviv. Our physicians and other healthcare professionals are continually learning in order to keep Sanoviv on the cutting edge of medicine. We also offer educational classes and demonstrations for our guests, ensuring that you return home with not only improved health, but also with knowledge on how to maintain that health. At the end of your your stay, you will receive a detailed treatment summary including test results and progress reports, as well as recommendations from each member of your medical team. In addition, our aftercare department will keep you connected to your Sanoviv doctor for 3 to 6 months, helping you to continue your journey toward lasting health. World-class medical treatments, proven alternative therapies, and your own team of caring professionals. Let Sanoviv Medical Institute be your next step toward health and vitality.
Who wants to go? I am so fortunate to work there. I have so many amazing coworkers. When you come as a guest, you are in a medical program, but you have an entire team of health professionals working on just your case. And this is like, we're talking about you. This is a photo where we're talking about you. And we're trying to identify the priorities for you, what you really need to focus on. So it's an amazing way to do medicine, and this was Dr. Wentz's vision long, long ago, very far ahead of his time. So you ready to talk about building immunity, supporting your immune system? You ready, guys? Yeah. Okay, lots of good stuff. You have the power to support your immune system. So staying strong and healthy involves nutrients, foods, lifestyle factors, but I wanted to emphasize that you are in control of that. So you do have the power to get to wherever you want to be, okay? So let's talk about some of those things. What we like to do is we use what we call lifestyle medicine. And lifestyle medicine is within your control. We use nutrients. We're going to talk about foods that help your immune system, foods that may harm your immune system or weaken it. We'll be talking about exercise. Are you guys getting plenty of exercise walking around this place? Sleep, we're going to talk about stress and emotions, which play a critical role in how your immune system functions. Attitude and laughter. Are you guys laughing enough? Good. And we're going to talk a little bit about the environment. So let's take it from the top, and let's first talk about a key nutrient that is at the heart of your immune system, and it is vitamin D. How many of you in here know your vitamin D level in your blood? Okay, so this is where you have a lot of control, because guess what? Research has shown that vitamin D deficiency is a major factor, not a minor factor, a major factor in the pathology of at least 17 varieties of cancer, as well as all of these following health conditions you see on the screen. Do you know anybody with any of these? Right? This is common. So vitamin D is a key component for your immune system. And recent studies were done showing it also played a role in COVID and COVID recovery. So yes, already they have done research on that. So what we need to do is we need to optimize our vitamin D level in our blood. So if you don't know your vitamin D level, I would encourage you to have your doctor test that, and so you know your level. Optimum is 40 to 60 nanograms, or if you're in another country other than the US, it goes by nanomoles per liter, 100 to 150. Studies were showing that those people who were below 20 actually were more sick with COVID when they got the original COVID. They did it in the early 2020, and they found that vitamin D is extremely helpful. So where are we supposed to get vitamin D, you guys? Sunlight. And as you know, many people are staying away from the sun. They're afraid, they're afraid of skin cancer, too much exposure. And nature has designed us perfectly so that if we have about 10 or 15 minutes of exposure on our skin, our body makes vitamin D. Okay, so if you're not getting that, are you guys eating salmon? Wild salmon. Okay, let me tell you the difference. Wild salmon will give you about 1,000 international units per serving. If it is farmed salmon, 300. Who wants 1,000? Right? So the quality of the food also makes a big difference. How many of you are eating liver and onions? I didn't expect to see many hands, but liver is a wonderful source. Not only of vitamin D, but all of your other fat-soluble vitamins and your mineral iron. 26,000 units per serving. All right, you want to hear a trick on how to get liver in your diet if you don't like it? Okay, only you here in this room are going to know this. It's a secret. If you cook up some beef liver, let it cool, cut it into like a bite-sized piece, and then freeze it. Then you put it in your smoothie in the morning. No, you can't taste it. You can't taste it. I want you guys to give it a try. I haven't tried it. But wait a minute, I like liver, so I don't think I need it in my smoothie. But it is my understanding that you cannot taste it, provided you don't let your smoothie sit around for more than 10 minutes. Okay, so there's a secret. And of course, if you get daily sun exposure, a fair-skinned person will make about 10,000 units in just 10 minutes, okay? The darker your skin, the longer it takes for your skin to make vitamin D. And the older you are, older skin doesn't produce as much vitamin D than younger skin. So most of us need between 2,000 and 5,000 international units daily. And if we're not getting that, or if our blood levels are too low, then you can always use a supplement. Of course, you guys know USANA has a fantastic vitamin D supplement, right? Very, very helpful. The best one, the nice little tiny pill. I like that, because you're not going to eat your liver, right? Okay, so that's one nutrient that is the key nutrient for your immune system. So make sure that you do get your blood level tested and know what it is. And just as a frame of reference, we test everyone's vitamin D at Sanoviv, and what do you think the lowest number we saw was? Ooh, I almost heard it. It was 8. And it was a cancer patient. Okay, so that you need it for your immune system, so we want to make sure that we keep those levels up, and that is totally within your control. Okay, that's number 1. Guess what? There are also many foods that will support a healthy immune system, and some of these you're really going to like. You're going to be really excited about. Anyone have any ideas? Health foods, immune health foods, what could those be? Oh, you see the berries. Yeah, fermented foods. So we know that different cultures have used fermented foods throughout history, such as yogurt, to support digestive health, but not only digestive health, to support overall health. And the reason why is because fermented foods are loaded with what we call probiotics. I know you guys know what that is. And they play an important role in what we call our mucosal immune system. And I want to remind you, 70% of immune system activity happens in the digestive tract. That's why we have so much control over our immune system, because we're in control of what we put in our mouth, right? Most of the time. So how many of you are eating some of these fermented foods? Yogurt, let's see hands. If you're doing yogurt, make sure you are doing maybe plain yogurt and then adding your own fruit. And that will cut down on the sugar content of that food. Sauerkraut, pickles. How many eating kimchi? I knew I was going to see some hands. It's one of my favorites. We do make our own kimchi at Sanoviv. It's delicious. Tempeh or miso, kombucha. There's many others. You can actually ferment just about any food item that you want to ferment. So keep that in mind. Fermented foods supply us with beneficial gut bacteria or probiotics. And a lot of research is showing that probiotics may enhance the immune system by stimulating the production and activity of our immune cells. And those cells are located, like I mentioned, in the lining of your digestive tract. So we have these beneficial bacteria, and they actually help regulate the balance of our immune system. So very important. If you're not eating fermented foods, it's really important that you are taking some type of probiotic supplement. And I love USANA's probiotic. How many of you love it? It's amazing because it does not have to be refrigerated, and the 2 strains of bacteria are the 2 most important, and it travels well. I just love that. You can put it right on your tongue, right? And it's great. Okay, I love that. So I also love that USANA has so many great products to help support our immune system. Okay, another food that is great for the immune system, soups and stocks. Stocks are also called, as you know, bone broth. And these are extremely nutritious, containing the minerals of bone, cartilage, marrow, gelatin, collagen, and vegetables as electrolytes. And broth is really easy to absorb. And remember, when we take that in, it's in direct contact with that mucosal immune system in our digestive tract. How many of you like bone broth? One of the things, keep in mind, if you are making bone broth, it's important to use the bones from a healthy, humanely raised animal. Why? Because animals will store toxins like lead in their bones. So just make sure that you're getting, bones. It could be beef, it could be poultry bones, it could be fish from a quality source would be actually the best. And then you could make your soups with it, and you could make, does anybody like rice? Yeah. Well, instead of using water, use some bone broth. And that's a great way to get those nutrients into your digestive tract, right? You can also make bone broth pour it into little ice cube trays, make ice cubes out of it. And then have a bag of these in your freezer, and then anytime you want a cup of broth, you simply put an ice cube into some hot water. And it's really super easy, right? Okay, hope you'll do that. That's great, and then this is also one of the best things to do if you are sick. So you've heard of eating chicken soup when you're sick, right? Not out of the can, guys. Make it homemade, it's always gonna be best. Okay, another one of my absolute favorite immune health foods on the planet is, any guesses? No. Coconut, I heard it out there, someone said it. Coconut is very nutritious, it's rich in fiber, vitamins, minerals, and coconut oil possesses healing properties that are far beyond any other dietary fat. Coconut has coconut oil, and the coconut meat is antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal. Okay, so it does a lot. So how do we get this into our diet? Well, we can use the meat from young coconuts, which is my favorite. It makes a nice creamy smoothie. You can also use coconut milk as a base for your smoothie instead of water periodically. This is really great sometimes for people who are looking to gain a little bit of weight too, because it provides adequate calories for that. You can use the water from young coconuts or coconut water to use as an electrolyte replacement, or you could just use it as a base for your shakes. So using that in the blender. You can also put a little bit of coconut oil in your shakes, or you can use it for cooking. You can also melt coconut oil. However, if it's warm out, you'll notice it's already melted, right? Has anyone heard of oil pulling? Oil pulling is a practice where you put a teaspoon of coconut oil in your mouth and you swish it around for about 10 or 15 minutes. And because it's antibacterial, it has excellent properties for the oral cavity. And then you spit it out, not into the drain, but into a cup. You don't want to clog your drains. And doing this like 2 or 3 times a week is really a good part of your dental hygiene routine. Our dentists at Sanoviv do recommend this. So that's another way to get coconut. Okay, wait a minute, I told a little bit of a fib. This coconut is not my favorite immune health food. The next one is. This one is definitely my favorite. Are you guys using ginger? I love ginger. Ginger has antiviral and antibacterial properties. The active substances can help fight infections like colds and flus and COVID and everything else, other viruses. Ginger is well known for how it helps our intestinal health, and it can be really great for nausea and including morning sickness. This is one of the best applications of ginger as a food. It's an anti-inflammatory, it's an antioxidant, and it can enhance immunity. You can get fresh ginger root, you can grate it up and put it in your vegetables, your stir fries, your salads, your salad dressings. I love ginger in my green juice. I love it in my smoothies. I just love ginger. I should probably just chew on the root, right? But you can almost feel its magic when you're eating ginger. It's so amazing. This is definitely a food that helps your immune system. And I am sure you've heard about this next food we're going to talk about. Anyone heard about citrus? This is going to be interesting to you guys. Okay, so there's a substance called naringin and also naringenin in all citrus, but especially high in grapefruit. And it can enhance the immune system's effectiveness by increasing the activity of an antioxidant called catalase. Catalase is an antioxidant that our body makes. We make it internally. The other antioxidant that our body makes is called glutathione. Have you guys heard of glutathione? Okay, so catalase is similar in that our body makes it when we need it. And this, and as we know, we've always been taught citrus is a great source of vitamin C, but I'm going to blow your mind in the next slide. It's not the best source. Naringin has been studied as an anti-inflammatory and working very well in many diseases, including COVID. They've actually been studying that in the last 2 years, so I thought that was pretty interesting. But okay, does anybody know one fruit or vegetable that's higher in vitamin C than citrus?
Guava. Broccoli.
Oh, I heard somebody in the front row get it right. Guava has 377 milligrams per cup. Eat your guava, guys. That is way better. Look at an orange, 96 milligrams per cup. A yellow bell pepper has 183 milligrams. That's almost double an orange, right? Do you guys like kiwi? That's a good one too. And of course, strawberries a little bit higher than oranges. And I gotta tell you guys that this year was the first year at Sanoviv where we had a strawberry patch. And we grew a lot of strawberries. And they were amazing. They were unbelievable. They're still going. So you gotta get down there to try some of the fresh fruits and vegetables that are coming out of our garden. Is this interesting? Did anyone know guava other than the guy in the front row? Guava is a good one, you guys. Great for vitamin C. Another immune health food, very powerful, mushrooms. Who likes mushrooms? Oh my gosh, I love mushrooms so much. If you eat a shiitake mushroom every day, you could see changes that are beneficial in your immune system. But there are other types of mushrooms that are helpful. Chaga, reishi, turkey tail, you can see them listed here. All known to have immune balancing effects. There's a compound in maitake mushrooms called diffraction, and that's been shown to support the immune system and fight cancer cells. So if you do an internet search on mushrooms and cancer, look at thousands of research studies. Okay, there's a lot going on with mushrooms. And Of course, USANA has an amazing immune product, right?
Yeah.
Proglucamune. And there are some of the mushroom substances in that product. So I love that product too. Mushrooms are easy to get in your diet. I wouldn't suggest putting them in your smoothie, but I never tried that. But how about mushroom soup with ginger? Why not combine some of those foods, right? Some of the immune foods. It's probably the most powerful soup that you could eat. Okay. Those are just a few of the foods. Do you guys think you can get some of those in your diet? Yeah, right? So again, you have the control by what you choose to eat and how you choose to support your immune system. But now there's another thing we can do. We can also reduce some of the foods that may be harmful to our immune system. Anyone have a guess? Let's get more specific. Added sugar. So added sugar is processed sugar that has been added to a food product, okay? There's a frequently cited study that shows 75 grams of sugar, and by the way, that's the amount in about 2 cans of regular soda, can lower your immunity for about 5 hours. And then a recent study tried to expand on that research, and they found that sugar, especially in the form of high fructose corn syrup, negatively affected the immune system response to viruses and bacteria. Okay? So sugar can pretty much crash your immune system. So that's one thing. Don't do that when you're sick. And sugar impacts your white blood cells, and those are the blood cells that are a key part of your immune system, by competing with vitamin C for space in the cell. So if your cells are all full of sugar, vitamin C can't get in there and do its job, right? So here is what you can have for added sugar. If you are a female, no more than 25 grams or 6 teaspoons. Okay, how much is that? So 1 gram of sugar, I got sugar on the brain. Okay, 1 cube, okay, 1 sugar cube like you see in the photo is 5 grams. It's also 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of honey, 5 grams. 1 teaspoon of maple syrup, 5 grams. Those would be sugars that are natural, but also added because you're going to add them to your tea or your coffee or whatever you're adding it to. Men can have no more than 36 grams. So do you remember how much we just said 1 can of soda has? About 38 grams. You have 1 can of soda, you're already over the daily limit. 3 Oreo cookies, I'm going to throw it out there. 17 grams. Okay, so Oreo cookies may be able to fit into part of a healthy diet. How do you want to spend your 25 grams? I looked up another sugar product the other day, and it was a Dairy Queen Blizzard or something like that. 85 grams of sugar in the small one. Okay? I got another one for you. It's going to blow your mind. Did anyone ever have a cheesecake factory? Cheesecake? No, I'm sorry, carrot cake. Cheesecake factory carrot cake. 118 grams. That's a sugar bomb. So, typically, if you are following these guidelines for added sugar, and you just give it, kind of an eyeball look at what you're eating in a day, staying under 25 for women, 36 for men, you'll probably be okay. Okay, it shouldn't negatively impact your immune system. It's when you go overboard, right? You think you could do it? Okay, but here's what I want to say about fruit. Fruit has natural sugar, and it's called fructose. And it's not processed when it's in fresh fruit, right? We do not want to limit or eliminate fruit. That doesn't count as part of this daily total, If you were going to count that, you'd count it separately, and a lot of programs for counting food and monitoring food, they don't separate that out. But it's important to separate it out. And with fruit sugar, it's very similar, around 20 to 25 grams is okay. Okay, so if you're doing a low sugar fruit like blueberries or strawberries, you're gonna be able to have more of that than, say, mango. Okay, mango's a little bit higher. Okay, so let's keep going. Those two, I wanted to make sure that you're not eliminating fruit, because the fruit has fiber and water and nutrients and phytonutrients and all those things we need. It's one of the best ways to hydrate your body, extra fruits and vegetables. Okay, there's another food that can harm our immune system. Who said that? Who said alcohol? You're right. Somebody's thinking ahead, or somebody's intuitive. Okay, alcohol is toxic to the immune system. A new study shows that the immune suppressing effect is from alcohol's toxicity to immune cells that are called dendritic cells. And these cells play a critical role in immune function. And they help to fight cancer. We actually have a dendritic cell therapy at Sanobiv. Alcohol really, really messes that up. It also depletes most of your B vitamins, and B vitamins are related to what, you guys? Mood and energy and the nervous system. So we definitely don't want to deplete those. Vitamin A, C, and E, and magnesium, and alcohol will also deplete zinc. And if you've been listening to the past couple of years of anything, you know how critical zinc is to the immune system, okay? I actually love USANA's Booster C, and that's a great product, and it not only has vitamin C, but it does have elderberry, which has been well studied for immune health. It also has echinacea, and it has zinc, something we need. Okay, so you guys are not doing alcohol on this trip, right? Not if we want to keep the immune system healthy in order to get back on the plane, which is the most unhealthiest place to be. So we got to keep that immune system strong. Okay, let's talk about some other lifestyle factors that are important. Are you getting regular daily exercise? This is really, really important. Exercise decreases the abundance of potentially pathogenic, which is disease-causing bacteria, and it improves diversity in our gut, microbial diversity. That's really important because all the different bacteria have different functions when it comes to the immune system. Exercise increases the circulation of immune cells and allows them to perform effectively, and it can strengthen antibodies, okay? It can help the body respond more quickly when you are exposed to viruses and bacteria. So how many of you are getting at least 150 minutes a week? That comes out to about 30 minutes, 5 days a week of exercise. Really, really try to get that. Now, I want to say something about exercise. You can also get too much. So if you are struggling with immune health problems or cancer or other chronic conditions, it's important that you don't over-exercise because that can create oxidative stress in your body. It can create a lot of free radicals. So you have to be very moderate with the exercise. So you're gonna do it, right? You're all gonna walk back to your hotels, or you're gonna jog. Oh, I saw people exercising out there just a few hours ago in the main room. Okay, what else is important? Lifestyle factor. Remember, these are things you can control. Did somebody take my lecture before? I think my dog Luna is the best example of sleep. and relaxation. Prolonged sleep deprivation and the stress that it causes on your body can really create some inflammation. It can also create blood sugar imbalances if you're not sleeping well. It can create weight gain. It can create high blood pressure. It can create inflammation and make you more prone to chronic disease. So sleep is really, really important, you guys. Make sure you do as Luna does and just relax. Yeah. If you're not sleeping, really try to work on this. Does anybody know some of the key nutrients that would be helpful for sleep? Magnesium is really key. Magnesium is a good one. Others are also good. Just getting good water intake throughout the day, making sure you're hydrated, but also make sure you're not drinking too much liquid 90 minutes before you go to bed. It takes your kidneys about 90 minutes to process that out. Okay, another lifestyle factor. Wow, there's so many. We have so much control over our immune system. I know that nobody in this room has chronic stress. Because, as you know, stress makes us susceptible to illness and disease. The brain sends out defense signals to the immune system. A bunch of hormones are released that gets us ready for an emergency situation, but sometimes that emergency doesn't happen. We're just chronically stressed. So when you have chronic stress, I want to say that stress is important, right? There's good stress. Our body needs to have a challenge. But if you have chronic stress in your life and you cannot control it, immune function will be impaired. You will not be able to lose weight. So don't even try to lose weight if you have chronic stress. You need to work on the stress first. Hormones can't be balanced if you have a lot of chronic stress. Disease risk increases, and we don't want that, right? And overall healing is difficult with chronic stress. Have you ever had a lot of stress and then all of a sudden you get sick? And then you know why, right? You're like, oh yeah, I just had a really bad week. I over the top, worked too many hours, whatever it is, too many pressures at home. So this is a really, really big one. Whatever you can do to manage stress. And what I love about Sanoviv is we have so many tools for helping people to learn how to manage stress and to learn how to relax. Really important. Another one that I think is really important, I asked you guys earlier, are you laughing? Laughter increases immunity by increasing the production of antibodies in the blood, and it actually can protect us from infections. All we have to do is laugh. And guess what, you guys? It can be a fake laugh. It doesn't even have to be real. You can just fake it, and your immune system doesn't know. Right? So if you were to ask yourself how much fun you're having today, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 is no fun, 10 is a lot of fun. Who's a 10? All right, you're the healthiest people in the room. Okay, can you tell that's me in the photo with the blonde wig on? I like to, hang out with my younger niece, and we put on wigs and have dance parties to 80s music. And this is a photo of my mom, and I don't know if this video is going to play. I'm going to give it a try, but it kind of shows the power of laughter. Let's see if it works. Nope, didn't work. Anyway, I want to tell you about that video because it was funny. I took Mom for a pedicure. I did this every year on Mother's Day, and my mom is 90 years old in this photo, and I never knew this about her, that she never liked it when I came into town to take her for a pedicure. Like, who wouldn't like that? What a great thing for a daughter to do. The reason why is because she's ticklish. And this video just shows her laughing uncontrollably as she's getting a pedicure. And it actually caused the entire shop to be laughing. Laughter's contagious, right? One person starts, and then somebody has a funny laugh, and then you're laughing at their laugh, that it's so funny. But just as a reminder, just laugh, just have fun, and you know, especially we've had so much stress over the last couple of years. Let's just laugh about it, even if we don't really mean it, because your immune system won't know. Okay, so I know you guys are going to laugh a lot this week at convention. Don't you have a 90s party tomorrow night? That should be really fun. Okay. Other lifestyle factors. I want to mention that pollutants can alter the immune responses and provoke a type of what we call immunotoxicity. So think about where you live. Is there a lot of air pollution? It can be a powerful risk factor in many chronic health conditions. And they did this study with twins, and it showed that over time, what you're exposed to outweighs your genetics in about 75% of all immune parameters. So we have to be thinking about our environment, what's going on. And you know my favorite for that is The Healthy Home. Make sure you get this book if you don't have it. This is going to help you learn about what's toxic in your environment, especially at home. You don't want to have any mold, trust me on that one. Okay? Cell phone towers, wireless, you know, being exposed to a lot of Wi-Fi, computer, electronics. It can really drag you down. You may feel your energy completely zapped. How many of you came here on an airplane? Right? Most of us. Well, when you are flying on an airplane, the electromagnetic fields are very high. And so this is why we don't usually feel good when we get off a plane. We feel kind of dragged, you know, tired. One of the best things you could do when you get off a plane is walk barefoot in the grass and ground your energy, or walk barefoot on a beach, or somehow get in touch with nature. Hug a tree, and you'll make everybody around you laugh. Yeah, so think about what you're exposed to. I strongly recommend this book. It is one of my favorite books, and it still holds up today. It was written maybe 10 or 15 years ago. It's still so current, and it's still so very important. So do you think you could do some of these things now? Nutrients, foods, exercise, sleep. Can you do it, guys? Don't just do one thing, do it all. Do it all, and I can guarantee you, you will have a very strong immune system. When it comes to strengthening your immune system, you are already a superhero. You are already a superhero. You have the power to take charge of your health, right? So you're the one that has the most control over your immune system. Okay, you can't take a pill, and you can't just do supplements. You have to do supplements, you have to do food, you have to do exercise, you have to be sleeping, you have to be deep breathing. All these things really, really matter. And now that we know this, you're going to be laughing your brains out for the rest of the weekend, right? Okay, well, did you learn something new today?
Yeah.
I hope so, because that's my goal. I want you guys to learn something new. I just want to share a very brief personal story. I was really struggling a little with mold illness several years ago. So guess what I did? I checked into Sanobiv. I had to take vacation time, and I had to put on the clothes, and I went through a 7-day detox program, and that was it. It was the best thing that I ever did, and it really changed the way my immune system started functioning, and I started detoxing the molds and getting better and better, and now I'm feeling amazing. And you guys, we currently have some specials. I'm gonna have Bill, could you come up and talk about the specials? Because right now, the detox program, I mean, you guys, you have to take advantage of this special. It's just the best program, and it's our flagship program.
Before we do that, let's give Sue a thank you for all that she shared. Thank you. Excellent information. Who's going to try some of these things? All of us, right? Okay, so Sue has, there are people that would like to talk with Sue, and so we're going to excuse her to go down to the Sanobiv booth, which is down in the Expo Center. So if you want to talk to Sue, that's where you'll find her, and she'll go down and meet you there. Okay, so we do have some specials, and if you look on the screen, we had a promotion.